right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all the folks of the internet. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm pretty excited for this one. One of my favorite tracks of all time. But welcome back to the 1989 Art Championship season in Indycar Racing 2. It's been a fun championship so far, and man, if you had said to me at the start of this whole thing I would have a chance to win the Triple Crown, I was anticipating many of the races this season ending in fiery accidents, but one of them did, and there's been some bumps along the way, but I've really lucked out, and we have a chance. So today we're going to be racing the Pocono 500. And this is the third 500-mile race of the season, the third of the three that there are. And I have won the first two. I won in Indianapolis, and I won at Michigan. Oh, James Ryder, thank you. Triple Crown time, indeed. But yeah, both of the races so far, the 500-milers, were kind of fluke wins, strategy stuff. We had a caution at Michigan last time out, and just played the strategy right and got to the end. I don't think in both Indianapolis and at Pocono, or sorry, I don't think at Indianapolis or Michigan I had the best car, but I still got the win. I feel very good about my car at Pocono. I'm pretty quick in practice that I've done, but we'll have to see how it all turns out. 500 miles is a long time, and I got a little more pressure on myself today to try to win it. But we're doing, for if any of you happens to be your first time here, show you real quick, our driver Ryan Axelson, son of the great Richie Axelson, grabbing my Sunoco Papyrus Lola. We've done really well this season racing in the kart series. We'll take a look at our championship and everything, continue that. Getting towards the end of things. This is, 5 rounds remaining, including Pocono today. So, getting towards the narrow end. If I do well here today, I won't be able to mathematically lock it up, but it's gonna be pretty good, smooth sailing towards the end. But this could go either way. Oh, Gary, how you doing? Good luck, Jake. Watch out for Dominic Dobson. Oh man, Dominic's been a force all season to get around, and there'll be a lot of lap traffic today. We got 30 cars taking the green flag here, but we're at Pocono. The 1989, this is the real 1989 schedule, and it was a weird one to have the two of the three 500-mile races back to back. So we went through a long stretch of road and street courses. Should scroll all the way up, but we had a few good rounds to start the season: Indianapolis, Milwaukee, and then we went through a bunch of road and street courses. And Michael Andretti did really well. Mario Andretti won one of those. Yeah, Andretti gets confusing. I can't remember which one is which on this screen, but Michael Andretti has been my main championship rival. It's come to be. And then we got to this later point in the season. We got the two other 500-milers right in a row, back to back, which is an interesting situation. But from here, we'll have three road courses, three of the best road courses, I think, in America. Never mind in IndyCar, Mid-Ohio, Road America, and Laguna Seca. And just to spice things up a little bit, we'll have Nazareth, right at the end of the season, which will be a lot like Phoenix was, I think. Just fast, crazy, mile, oval. It's narrower than Phoenix too, but let's focus on the job at hand and the Pocono race today. We'll take a look at the season standings. I'm in the lead by a considerable margin at this point, 153 points. Ryan Axelson up top there, ahead of Michael Andretti. So Michael's in the number 6, we got to remember that, and Mario's in the number 5. But Michael Andretti in second. Has got 3 wins as well, so we're 3 wins apiece. I've just had a much more consistent season as far as top 5, so that's really the difference so far. So by no means is the championship decided. In this race today, things could flip-flop. I think you can score a max of 22 points, so he could really narrow it up if I have a terrible race. But if I can put together a decent day, maybe even win, things will be looking pretty good. We'll have to see how Michael does today. Alonso Jr., Danny Sullivan, the real winner of Pocono in 1989. He is starting in 4th, or he's in 4th position. We'll see where he's starting in a minute. Emerson Fittipaldi in 5th overall. Rick Mears, Scott Pruitt, Ari Leindyke tied for 7th there, Bobby Rahal, and Mario Andretti in the top 10. So at this stage, it's really just Michael and I think, that are going to have a shot at it. But we'll have to see. So Pocono. This should be an interesting one. It's a difficult track, and I do want to do a couple laps of practice with my quali setup on, just to see how the car's feeling and all that. Make sure I've got everything dialed in. We'll talk about the track a little bit. I think a lot of folks know Pocono. It's got a conflicting history for fans. Site of some epic races, the site of some tragedy as well. So 1989 was the final year that CART went to Pocono for quite a few years, until 2013, I believe, right? And then they were back for a stint 2013 through 2019, and may never return. We'll see what the future holds for Pocono, but great track. I mentioned right at the start of the stream, it's one of my favorite tracks to race, and I know in general Pocono, especially from the NASCAR crowd, is thought of as a really boring track. And to watch, I have been to races at Pocono. It's about a 7-hour drive from me. To watch, it is not the most interesting track to watch. I think the viewing angle, you know, you're in the middle of the front straightaway, so it's not the best place to watch the races from. And it's a big track. You know, the turn 2 there on the back straightaway is far away from these grandstands. It's hard to see. I've got really good eyesight, and even then it's hard to see the cars. So it's not a great spectator track, you know, and for a NASCAR race, things get strung out. It's definitely a strategy type race. So I think especially these days with the way NASCAR is and it being a start-stop kind of series, the strategy isn't even really there as much, and kind of dampens the whole thing as well. But for Indy cars, in my opinion, you know, this track's right up there with Indianapolis. It even has its own interesting flair that would make it a great track. To drive it, especially in an Indycar, I love this track so much. So, it'd be good. Yeah, this is a modded version of Pocono for Indycar 2. Of course, this sim was based on 1995, so it wouldn't have come with the sim originally, and it's made by Pavel 69. I think it's based on the NASCAR 2 version, and has some updates to make it look a little bit more like the 80s. Great track. It's well done. Pleasure to drive. We'll be going really fast today. So I was looking at speeds because I was qualifying and things, and was surprised at how fast everything is. And in 1989, I think they were doing around 209, 209 miles an hour, 211 miles an hour for pole time. I think when the series was back in 2013, 2014, they were doing like 218s. We'll be in the 220s for total lap speed for the pole, at least. And you know, IndyCar 2's physics based on 1995 cars, so we never really got to see what those rocket ships would have done around here. But all right, I'm in qualifying setup, so I'm going to be way quicker than everybody else. Here's Danny Sullivan. Just want to get a feeling for the car. I will have to play with the bars quite a bit here. It's not uncommon to have to actually adjust every lap per corner to make sure the car is optimal in handling, especially if I really have to be on it. Turn 3 here, almost said turn 4. Turn 3 is very flat, based off Milwaukee. It's a very flat corner, and sometimes you gotta raise that rear bar a little bit just to make sure the car can grip around the corner. Turn 1 here, based on Trenton, New Jersey. Easy to swap ends. That's going to be the trouble corner if I end up having an accident from my own driving. It will probably be in turn 1 with the car swapping ends. So we might have to lower the rear bar again, make it not turn quite as much. Turn 2 here, like Indianapolis, very fast corner. Past these guys. Front straightaway is about as wide as a racetrack can be, so plenty of room here. 6 full lanes. Pass, but all right, the car feels good. I'm going to practice a pit entry. I haven't done that too much in my practicing. Almost get set up to qualify. Yeah, it'll be a pretty long race. The speeds are slower, way slower than Michigan, even though it's still quite fast, and Indianapolis as well. So it'll be a long one today. I think there's a high chance of a caution or two, even if I don't cause them. Turn 3, really whip it in the pits, make sure I don't speed. There we go. Andrew, yes, it will be a 3-wide start, and the start is the thing I'm most nervous about with this today. It's starting around Pocono. 3-wide in IndyCar 2 is kind of a mess, and so really we'll have to play it careful. All right, so we'll do qualifying. And you can already see at the bottom of the screen here, my best time in practice qualifying is 2:21, which is so fast. But I have to imagine the cars would maybe do something like that, you know, in 1995 if they had been running here. Screen's all set. All right, so we'll do the next session, go to qualifying. Got the right setup on, we'll just load it again. I have just enough fuel to do the 2 laps. It'll be an out lap and then 2 timed laps. We'll take a look at what we got to compete against. So Guido Dacco bringing up the rear right now. Oh, 2:11. So we'll definitely, as long as I don't spin out or crash, be able to do that. Get towards the top. Oh, they're very quick today. 2:22.8. I think that would be a lap record around Pocono. But Emerson Fittipaldi, AJ Foyt in second place there, the 2:22.7. All right, so I think there's a potential to get into the top 5 if I really do a good lap. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get pole. We'll see. We will see. Go out and do our qualifying then. Appreciate everybody jumping in today. I'm excited to do this. This is one of the races I've been looking forward to doing so much. Really love racing around this track, and I'm almost a little more anxious than usual with it because I just want it to go well. Not even because, you know, I want to win the Triple Crown, that'd be great, but I want to put in a good race at Pocono. It's one of my favorite racetracks. Yeah, the real 89 race, IndyCar themselves posted it on their YouTube channel. You know, I think back in like 2012, 2013 when the series was going back. You can watch the 1989 race in pretty good quality, about as good quality as you could imagine, and it's a good one. It's a really good one. All right, so we'll come across the line. We'll start the warm-up lap, and I'll at minimum boost right now. I'll put it up to full boost as we get towards turn 2. And we'll see what we can do for 2 laps. First lap, I will play slightly more conservative. Just make sure I get a time in. That's, you know, means I won't start at the back because that would be a nightmare. Yeah, I didn't hook up the sequential. I guess it's cheating a little bit. Cheating a little bit to use the paddle shifters, but shifting is not as big of a thing at oval. Although we will shift here, 5th and 6th gear. All right, full boost. I'm going to turn 3. Wall a little kiss. I have to change the H pattern over to sequential to do sequential. Didn't have time. All right, green flag. See what I can get here on this out lap, or the first lap of 2. A little bit of a lift coming into turn 1. Car's going to walk itself out wide. A little bit of understeer there. Put some rear bar into it. Turned in fine. The exit's what got me. All right, come to turn 2. It'll be not a great lap, but we'll get through it. The breath of the throttle in the second corner. Coming to turn 3. Really send it in here. Don't even fully get out of the throttle. There we go. Fuel lights on. Come out of turn 3 towards the line. What's this first lap going to be? 220. All right, 220.8. See if I can put a little more into it. I got that rear bar up a little bit for turn 1 here. Just a breath of the throttle. Much better this time. Much better this time through turn 1. Just a breath. Security lift, coming into 2, coming to turn 3. If I can get this right, it's a pretty good lap. Oh, a little bit wide on the entry, turned in slightly late, but get back on that throttle. Kept it in 6th gear the whole time. We're really rocketing around here. We'll come towards the line. 2:23. That is the best lap I've ever done around here. All right. 2:23 flat. I got the pole. My God, that'll make the start so much better. Knock on wood. Well, rocket to the front. I've done quite a lot of races here, and I've never done a lap that quick. I guess when the pressure's on, it's when it matters. I'm gonna do the whole in lap here. I don't even care. Well, it can't start much better than that. So I do think, I said it right at the beginning, I think my car this week, you know, is the best it's been for any of these races. I got a lot of speed, and in practice and things, you know, I'm pretty neck and neck, but I'm really towards the top, where I think at Michigan and Indianapolis, I really had like a top 5 car. I think I have a car to win here. So it's really just going to be all about being patient. I got to be patient. Maybe get out to a lead to start. That would be new for an oval. But if I can maybe get out to a lead to start and then control the race, I don't know. It might be boring viewing, but it'd be a lot easier than playing catch up the whole time. All right. So pole position, 2:23 flat. Only a 2/10 up from Emerson, so it's not like I got it by a full mile an hour or anything. But Emerson Fittipaldi and AJ Foyt, what a front row! Ryan Axelson, Emerson Fittipaldi, and AJ Foyt. Danny Sullivan, Mario Andretti, Al Unser Jr. will be on row 2. Bobby Rahal, Teo Fabi, Al Unser Sr. will be on row 3. Michael Andretti starting back in row 4. Oh man, so he's gotta work his way up a little bit. Michael Andretti, Scott Pruitt, Rick Mears, and then Derek Daly, Raul Boisel, Ari Leyendijk. Keep going on back. We'll look at the whole lineup here. John Jones, Steve Salien, and Scott Brayton. Roberto Guerrero, Fabrizio Barbaza, and Dominic Dobson. He's been my conflict lapper the whole season. Been caught up with him so much. Ludwig Heimrath, Randy Lewis, Pancho Carter, Didier Thays, John Andretti, Jeff Wood, Kevin Kogan, Bernard Jourdain, Guido Dacco round out the field. So this should be a really good race. I'm excited for this. Can't believe I just got the pole, which is way more than I could expect. We're going to jump right into the race here. Got my race set up, 40 gallons of fuel. I'm running pretty light downforce compared to the other cars usually. I've got really good straight line speed. Might be a little slower in the corners, but I think it'll be good. Allows me to pass a little bit easier, I've found. All right, so third race in the Triple Crown. Pocono 500 strategy and everything for today. You know, if it went green the whole way, which I don't know if it will, but you know, we can do 32, 33 laps on a tank of fuel coming to the pits, and so we could do this in 6 stints. But there's liable to be a caution at any point that would throw the whole thing off, and we'll have to do mental math and all of that. But we can do about 32, 33, maybe even 34 laps at full boost, you know, flat out, because the track is a bit slower. And it's a 200 lap race. That's somebody taking off in a wonderful car outside. Yeah, it's a 200 lap race. So it's a, you know, 200 laps, 500 miles, 2.5 mile track. All right, so let's do it. 500 miles at Pocono. All right, adjust the bars here. We'll start off pretty conservative. Hopefully I can get a good launch off the line. The starts have been crazy. I practiced a few, and I've done a bunch of races here in the past, but starting on the middle is like the worst nightmare scenario. So I'm really happy I'm on the inside. Never mind pole. See if I can get a jump on the field on the start. RJ, do you get a choice of engine brand? You do. You can choose engine brands. Now, there's no alternate physics for IndyCar 2. It's always going to be the 1995 kart physics, but there are 3 engines. They do behave, you know, somewhat differently. You'd really have to be in tune with the game to feel the differences. But yeah, patience will be a big one. Yeah, I'm just on one boost for the out lap, base lap. Patience going to be the name of the game, especially with the lap traffic. Front straightaway is wide enough to pass 4 or 5 wide, so we shouldn't get held up that much, but coming through the short chute here and things, I'm going to try to avoid 2 wide scenarios as much as possible, and especially if I get out to a lead here, try to just play it easy. Alright, so we'll come down to turn 3. And I'll get that boost back up. Starting on the front row too, I don't have to worry as much about the checkup. The AI love to do a big checkup as they come to the green flag. Our pace car goes in. I'm just gonna make sure I don't pass the pace car. Mo coming around the right side of me. Pace car's in. Green's out. We're away at Pocono. Alright, got a good jump there. Fade to the outside. Andy Sullivan behind me. Got no one to the outside though. Play it nice and easy here into the first corner. Little car understeering a little bit. Very heavy on full fuel. Alright, got Sullivan right behind me though. Made it through turn 1. Down to the short chute. Right. Got a Newman Haas behind me. Michael. Whoa. How did he get from 10th to 2nd on the first lap? Down to 5th gear to get through turn 3. All right, so Michael Andretti showing everybody how to start. I think he started in 10th place, right? That's insane. I think the inside line, just because I was leading it, got a nice start, so he was able to, I guess he was just on row 4, right? They maybe came away in 4th there off the line. Oh, big understeer there. Michael Andretti coming on me. Oh, he's gonna try it around the outside. Push it down. No. All right, so Michael's quick today. See if I can get back in the slipstream with him and pass him. Yeah, I'm very quick on the straightaways. The corners, I'm a little slow. Don't want to try anything too aggressive on the first laps here. I can't believe Michael got up that quickly. I knew he would be quicker in the race than he was in qualifying, but I figured it would take him a stint or something to get towards the front. Yeah, he's going to be quick. Often you'll see, we've been seeing it all season in IndyCar too. There'll be one driver that's really quick. It's a different one every race, so it's fun, but I think Michael might have that speed. All right, I'm understeering quite a bit. I'll put the bar up for turn 3. Got Emerson Fittipaldi in my mirrors. Long race to go. You gotta tell yourself that. Don't do anything silly. First few stints here, it's really just seeing what the car has. Let the race play out. Don't go a lap down or anything, but don't worry about it too much. We've seen things change dramatically as we get further into these races. Drivers do have variance in race pace and qualifying, and it's different every race. It's one of the nice things about some of these Papyrus sims is they're given kind of a range. So statistically, Michael's going to be better than Guido Daco, but how much better is going to be different every race. IndyCar 2 didn't have anything, I don't think, for types of track or anything like that. Falling off Michael a little bit here. But once we catch lap traffic too, that'll change things a little bit. I think my car might be a little bit better towards the end of the run. Seems like I'm probably quicker than Emo, at least right now. And remember, we've got that Andretti luck to keep in mind. It's definitely turned up a few times this season already. All right, 194 laps to go. So we'll be looking to pit, try to make it to lap 166 to go. Maybe should have went down to 5th gear there. The outside noise, can't hear too much. Beautiful morning in Boston. I'm not letting him get away. I'm trying. Car's understeering a little bit, but yeah, it's a balance between being really aggressive on the bars and spinning yourself out at some stage. Turn one's the corner I'm worried about mostly. So right now I'm running turns 1 and 2. The lower rear bar makes the car understeer slightly more. And then turn 3 here that doesn't have a lot of camber to it, banking. Run that bar 1 notch higher just to get the car to turn a little bit better. You know, I risk, if I ran the higher bar around the whole track, I'd risk swapping ends down in turn 1. Got a second on Mo now. Don't see him in my mirrors anymore. Michael Andretti 3.6 up the road, so he's quick today. Trying to keep the Triple Crown from me. Yeah, Steve, I don't know if the AI would start on anything but full fuel. So, I think he's just quick, but I'm not too worried yet. It's a long race. Ooh, I didn't run the bar back down. Car got a little light. Yeah, the AI is taking some questionable strategies in some of these races this season, which is interesting because they usually do pretty good with it. But I think the way the cautions have worked at some of these races and things, got a truck reversing outside my mirror, if you can hear that. But yeah, the way the cautions and stuff have worked out, it's led to some strange strategies with cars having to pit towards the end, or I don't know. We'll see what happens in this race. I think I can keep the bar there now. Yeah, definitely have the points in the back of my mind, you know, putting a little more effort into this one to just try to win it, because it'd be awesome to win the Triple Crown. But Michael's very quick, coming up on the first lap cars. Getting to the outside, come on the inside. Entry there into turn 1. You yank the wheel down, but that's, you know, again, where you can lose the rear end. Yeah, I mean, if you remember back to Indianapolis, final stint, we're half a lap off of Scott Pruitt and not really able to make much progress, and thinking, all right, well, Pruitt's got this one. And I don't know where he pits. Concentrate on my own strategy, let everything work out. Pulled in almost a second that lap. wide in front of me here. Definitely, it's not the final couple of stints, so I'm going to take it a bit easier to start. Oh, yellow flag already. Okay. Gosh. We'll see if Michael pits. If he stays out, I'm going to stay out too, because we're right in the middle of a stint. It wouldn't reduce the chance of having to take an extra stop. Don't see him in there. All right, we're staying out. I did at Michigan, the big move of the race was pitting. Ooh, Emo's pitting. Big move of the race was pitting, you know, right when the yellow came out, but we were a lot further into a stint, and so we could save a bit then and reduce the pit stops. I don't think we're still too far out to do something like that here. So staying out. Michael stayed out too. It looks like Emerson Fittipaldi pit. Maybe he had an incident. Anybody's out of the race. The car's locked down. All right. So, of the restart here, we got a few lapped cars between me and Michael, but there's 3 or 4. Maybe you can get them before turn 1. Yeah, the SK, the yellows, definitely been reduced since I'm running on the arcade damage, but the high-speed ovals, you know, it throws the caution a little more liberally if a car crashes than on the road. We'll take a quick look at what happened there. I think it was something, I have a feeling it was Emerson Fittipaldi. But I want to see why we got a yellow flag. We're going down the back straightaway when it came out. We'll zoom around the track and see who stopped or something. Yeah, we're taking a look at who was the cause of the yellow. Let's see what happened. We're looking for a car stopped. There's no way to see incidents necessarily. Indycar 2. Whoa, that's not a good look. Oh, it looks like Emo's spun. He's getting around Barbaza here. Or no, that's Bernard Jourdain. Oh, and he spun and hit the wall. So debris likely came off the car. So Emo making contact out of turn 1. Look from the other camera angle. Oh. Well, that's why he went in the pits. That's why we got the yellow flag. So, not a good day for Emo. That takes out one of the competitive cars. He was probably next quickest behind me so far. Take a look at the leaderboard here a little bit. If anybody's moving up. Balancer Senior's moved up quite a bit. I think Kevin Kogan's been so unpredictable this season. It was so slow at Michigan, if you remember. Yeah, Emerson will pit, get that fixed with the arcade damage. If this was on the simulation damage, it would probably be out. I imagine he'll be back in the race. We'll see him again at some stage. No, Emo won't get the lucky dog. No lucky dogs here today, okay? I want to be the only lucky dog at the end of the day. We're 25 gallons. This will help our fuel. Fuel's really going to be a non-issue now. Unless we get another yellow at some point, we'll have to see if we can make up a stop. But we're, you know, nobody pit. We'll have over a half a stint to go, and we'll be able to run flat out. No issue now. Should make it lap 35, lap 36. Hopefully this is not a super caution-filled event. We'll see if this ends up being the 4-hour, 5-hour race. There's definitely heat in the tires, so the tires will be cold when we come back to green. You can see here the temps right now, so they've gone down because they'll be up over 200 while we're running. So you have to be careful. Tire pressures and things will come down while you're under yellow. You see I reduced the rear bar again just to make the car understeer a bit. coming into the corner, play it conservative. No need to do anything too wild here. We're still so much of the race to go. Should get the one to go this time. Long caution this one. One lap until green. 185 to go, so we're just 15 laps in. Hey Johnny O, I posted a tutorial on how to install IndyCar Racing 2 and how I got it all set up and stuff, so I would check that out if you want to get this up and running. But I'll try to get around as many of these lapped cars as I can before turn 1. It'd be great to pass all of them, then have some open track to see if I can, on lighter fuel now, chase down Michael, but we'll see. Have to play it a little easy for a couple laps. No need to apologize. It's a little tricky to get running these days, but I'm running in DOS box for IndyCar 2, and I have the wheel and pedals and everything set up. It works quite well, so not too hard. The video is kind of long because I went through like everything possible, so that I never had to do another one, but it's broken into parts too, so you only have to watch what you care about. All right, we'll come into turn 3 here. We'll go back up to full boost. See if I can chase down Andretti here. Just gotta work around a few of these lapped cars. Gotta get a good start, good restart. Give a little bit of a gap because they might slow up. Come into the line, yeah, like that. Ooh, almost blew the engine too. Downshifting. Oh no, bad start. Really bad start. Come down to the first corner. This is much worse than the initial start of the race. Got Danny Sullivan playing chicken with my right rear. Get it through the first corner. Gotta blow past some of these guys on the back straightaway. Oh man, Guido Daco there. Right, sneaking behind Raul Boisel. So Rick Mears got around me. That was a worse start, worse restart. It's okay, we'll recover. We've got plenty of time to recover. Got Scott Pruitt looking up behind me now. Yeah, Mears can be really quick on his good days. We've seen a couple this season. I think he won one race, right? Yeah, Michael has left the room far ahead. Right. Not gonna worry about it just yet. It's so much racing to go. Got Scott Pruitt's the main issue right now. Gotta try it around the outside. Oh no, never a good thing when you get passed on the outside. Get him coming down into turn 1. He's gonna hang it out there. It's a better line. Kind of want to be on the high side coming down into the turn. Falling back a little bit here. Things were looking really good before that caution, but everybody found a little speed, it seems. Danny Sullivan now. Watch that downshift going into the corners. You don't want to over rev the car too much. Yeah, I see Danny there. I'm hoping, I think the tires, honestly, it's happened at Michigan too, where on starts I was very slow, or coming out of the pits, I had like 3 or 4 laps until the tires came up to temperature and pressure. I was just so slow, and that seems to be happening again. I think that's one of the flaws in IndyCar 2's, the amazing sim that IndyCar 2 is. The AI don't quite react right to old tires or anything. Yeah, I might consider adding a little wing at some point. We'll see. I'm not going to change anything. I'm always a little hesitant to make a lot of changes, because that's where you'll get yourself into trouble really quick. It's better to, in my opinion, have the car use it to its fullest extent. Once you find those limits, then you can start maybe playing with things. So first pit stop, nothing's alarmingly wrong with the car right now, besides, the cold tires. I'm gonna keep it as it is. You can't really heat the tires up under caution. In IndyCar 2, the tire heating is pretty much limited to the sliding and the turns, so kind of have to go fast to heat them up. Unfortunately, the AI just don't seem to have to do it quite as much. No caution needed yet. No, we're 7.1 seconds off. It seems like I've stabilized a little bit here. I got Teo Fabi behind me. See if I can pull Scott Pruitt back in a little closer. I can get a slipstream. That'll help out a ton. 178 to go. 18 gallons of fuel. Yeah, with DOSBox, you can do different sound cards. I don't think anything would make IndyCar 2 sound any different. I am using an engine sound mod. Can't remember exactly which one, to be honest. It's something in the IndyCar Racing 2 forums. I think it's actually Pavel's, if I'm remembering right. The wall there. Alright, so things stretched out a little bit. 8.3 seconds off Michael. 9 seconds now. Getting on Fabi. Got 1.9 seconds back to Scott Pruitt. Pretty good lunge into turn 1. Getting lighter on fuel though, so our maneuver's a bit easier. Able to turn faster and faster laps. Two seconds. I'm losing time. Still to Pruitt. You can still see Mears and Pruitt, though. They're not super far away. They're far ahead. Much more to go. Haven't even done the first pit stop yet. I think traffic will be good to me. Pulled in a little bit that lap, so likely Andretti has hit some of the traffic again. Surprised though that Pruitt and Mears were so quick to restart, because they were kind of nowhere first dozen laps. 173 to go. try to straighten out the corners as much as possible. Hits the wall again there. Yeah, these last 5 rounds of the season are some of the best. Bobby closing in on me a little bit. Man, I was so excited about how good my car was, but kind of doing the opposite thing so far that the other races did. Qualified bad, but then was really fast in the race. So too early to give up on it. Hit by Jan Beekes there. Heimrath in front of me now, or Pancho Carter, one of the two. Heimrath. A bad entry into turn 3 there. We're in the middle of the track the whole way. Yeah, you know, as great as the final rounds are, some of them will be tricky. Nazareth is going to be a hard race. Road America is always tricky too. It's narrow. It's a narrow track. Bernard Jourdain, this is who did a Paldi crash trying to pass. He's going to try to take the high line here. I'm going to get held up a little bit. We'll take them both low, coming out of turn 1. Rich Barbaza with him. Yeah, I think all of the tracks from here to the end of the season will feature redone IndyCar 2 tracks, I believe. And Pavel's done all of them, and I think there might be some season-specific versions. I'll have to check out. I don't know if I've raced on all of the exact versions that we'll be running. John Jones on the low side. Ooh, around the high side on. I'm trying not to do an Emerson. Yeah, some of the road tracks are very hard. We've only had a couple actual road circuits. Portland, that did not go well at Portland. Nosed it into the front stretch chicane at one point. That's why I really need to do well here today. It would be excellent if Michael Andretti doesn't win, but he is showing everybody who's got speed today. All right, so we're getting close to the fuel window, but we're going to be able to extend quite a bit, which will be good. Still not enough to consider saving to do, you know, one last stop or anything, but we get another yellow at a weird time. You never know. Yeah, so do I want more wing? I definitely have a quick straight line car, but it seems the corners are where I'm losing out. Seeing as that will be in traffic the whole time. Loisel's not good today. He's sometimes very quick. We've seen him in the top 5 before, but he's much towards the back. Ooh. Don't want to touch the grass there. Oh, we got Michael Andretti in the pits. It's a little early. Maybe he's just trying to stick to the race strategy. 5 gallons left. But he was burning hot, or he's got an issue. He's done his pit stop, so no issue as far as we can tell. Kevin Kogan's in the top 5. I'm going to add a little bit of wing. Not going to do anything too crazy here to start, but we'll see if 0.2 of a degree or something will help us. You can always go back or more in the next stint. While I'm driving is always fun. Be able to get 2 more laps in here before we have to pit. Good cause to do it, but right. We'll add a little bit of wing. I'm leading the race now. We got Danny Sullivan here, passing Kogan. They must have both pit. If I stay out right now, I'll have a quicker car for a couple laps, which will help as well. God, Kogan. He did something to me at Michigan, too. I was watching back parts of the race. He squeezed me up coming out of 2 in 1 lap. Always a interesting one. Might have to pit this next lap. I think about a little over a gallon per lap is used. Emerson Fittipaldi's back in second, so must have just scraped the wall a little bit there. But, best case scenario too, if I can keep pushing, maybe short fill a little bit at the end, save a bit of time on the pits. I'm going to stay out 1 more lap. I have just a very small amount, but you don't run out of fuel at all. Car doesn't cough or anything until you get to 0, so we'll be all right. It should be quickest on track right now too, which down into turn 2 here. We got Scott Brayton being quite slow. Hold me up a little bit, hurt my end lap slightly. All right, now focus on the pit entry. It's easy to overshoot it here. It comes up quite quick coming out of turn 3. Don't want to speed coming in. A little slow on the entry, but it'll be all right. All right, pit. First stint. Man, interesting stint there. That didn't go the way I thought it would be. After that restart, my car felt it had no speed, but we'll see. We'll see with a little wing adjustment here. Things play out now. Not to speed or anything. Stay under 80. So Emerson Fittipaldi in the lead. Michael Andretti just got around me. I'm out of the pits. Be able to enter right onto the track as long as there's not any cars coming. Just don't blow an engine. Conservative. Now, I don't know, even though I raised the wing the same on both ends, and you would imagine it. Ooh, I got around Mears. See if I can hold him off here. Oh, Rick's coming. little aggressive block. Ooh, he just flies around the outside. It's all right. We gained some time on that pit stop. I think. Scott Pruitt's right up there, so. Oh, there goes Mears into the pits again. What is going on? All right, so we're in 4th. Got back around Mears. I mean, that doesn't make sense that he would, I don't know. We'll have to see what happened. Maybe he's having an issue. We got a little more wing, so the car should be more stuck in the corners. Hopefully the tires come up to temperature here in a minute and feel what we've got. I didn't look at my lap times before the pit, so I won't know exactly how much better it is or if it's better. And John Andretti here. Understeering a bit coming out of the corner. Yeah, I think Rick's probably having some sort of mechanical. Alright, let's see if we can gain on Pruitt here now. I can see him up there. He's just passing a lapped car. Bad turn 1. It's a long race, but I always feel like races here go by pretty quick. I just find it really enjoyable to race around this track. Every corner is interesting. It's something a little bit different. High speeds. And Vikas again in front. All right, so we're 3.2 seconds off of Pruitt. We'll see what it is on the next lap. We'll just keep playing with it. We got 500 miles to dial the car in as long as I stay on the lead lap, which, you know, I'm about a half a lap down right now off Emerson, but we're really only concerned with Michael because Emerson's going to have to pit. He's on a weird strategy now. We got plenty of time. We're in a really good spot. I'm effectively in third position right now. Yeah, Emerson would have pit under that caution, so there's no way he's going to be able to make up a pit stop. So, unless we get another yellow, which he's in a good spot if we get a yellow. That'll kind of, especially if we're at a place where we could, you know, have to pit and everything together, then he'd be back on the same strategy. And who knows? Wreck and win. But I didn't look at what the time was that time by. Yeah, it is sad the racing season is coming to a close. Really fun this year. Racing was really fun this year, I think. You know, still some good stuff to go. Formula One is anybody's guess at this point. Jan Vikas is probably my favorite pit reporter slash, I don't know what you'd call him, engineer, TV engineer. He was so good, and it's a shame he's not doing it. I don't know, maybe he doesn't want it. Has anybody asked Jan what he wants to do? But man, do we want him. Yeah, this F1 season's good. You know, I'm sure some others are like this. In the beginning of the year, I watch every racing series, and then as we get into the year, I'll start missing some races here and there for certain ones. And Formula One this year, not missed a single Grand Prix. Just too interesting to see what's going to happen. I think I'm closing up on Pruitt, but it's probably traffic related. The car doesn't feel terribly different, I'll be honest with you. Still on fullish fuel. 2 gallons. John Jones going to look to the low side here. It's on the high side into turn 3. There we go. Grip. Use that second groove. Get around both of them. Alright, so we're 2.9 seconds off. So I think I pulled in a little bit, but tough to tell. I'm quicker. Oh, that was the worst entry into turn 1. Yeah, I've got to concentrate on getting through the lap traffic, but we'll go through the standings. Not too long. Got AJ Foyt. Foyt started on the front row. I knew he wasn't going to be able to keep it up, but considering he's been a chicane at a lot of events, I think he's doing a little bit better today. So we're lapped all the way up to 8th. Got 3 cars out. Mario Andretti. Oh, one of the Andrettis is out. Rick Mears and Guido Dacco. Got 27 cars still in the race. Still pretty early on. Second stint right now. Emerson Fittipaldi is leading, but off strategy. Michael Andretti is really the car to watch out for, and he's quick today. I think I might be quicker than Scott Pruitt now. We'll just have to see. I'm catching Ari Leyendyk here. Yeah, have to see what mechanical failure Mears had, and Mario being out, you know, maybe Newman Haas has got failures all around. We'll have to see. I would like to win one of these off of pace because I feel like I've had a little bit of luck, but in a 500-mile race, I guess that's realistic, right? Yeah, I mean, maybe the lap times are quicker. I don't know what I was doing before. Emo's in the pits, so we should be able to get around him here. He's not out of it, though, because he's going to come in, right behind us, I think. The car certainly doesn't feel bad. It feels kind of normal. Have to see. All right, Emo's done his pit stop, but I should be able to get around him, but he's going to be pretty close to me. I think he's going to have to make just as many pit stops as me, though, still. So that gap, we'll have to keep an eye on it, because if he's quick, we should be on, the same amount of stops remaining. He's just going to be pitting later than me. Yeah, and his final stop, should be quicker, too. So he's definitely one to be concerned about. He's not in the top fives anymore, but... Oh, we got a car crashing ahead. That was Scott Brayton. Yellow should come out, I imagine. Slowed down quite a bit there. Maybe we won't get a yellow. That's odd. That is rare. Usually when a car crashes at the ovals in IndyCar 2, you get a yellow. Must not have been debris, or maybe he collected it right away. All right. That's an interesting one. Yeah, no need for yellows. Yeah, no caution, I guess. I don't know. I've explained it like 100 times at this point. Running the arcade damage, I feel like it's just would be a little too tricky to do. If anybody has the courage to try a full distance, full damage season, then be my guest. I think Head Meat's maybe gonna do it, but he just made a video about how hard it is, and I don't blame him if he backs out on that. I think we've got the Chase Elliott officials in the booth today making the calls. Yeah, it is unlucky though, because I could have actually. I was looking at fuel. I probably would have stayed out again, but I could have used it. Oh, Danny Sullivan's coming up. I'm understeering for some reason. Sullivan's got to run. I'll fade down low. I don't really want him to have the high side, though. He's got a heck of a slipstream. He's going to actually squeeze it up there. Oh, man. So close. There goes Sullivan around me. What is going on? I'm getting held up behind, I think, Randy Lewis. Oh, he's pitting. So, okay. He was on light fuel for some reason. That's why he was so quick. Passing on Beakus, we got Allenser Sr. here on the outside. Down into turn one on the low side. Be able to get him. Oh, fading out a little bit. Yeah, Andretti is so quick today. True it is, too. I'm not as quick as I thought I was going to be. We'll continue. Maybe I might add a little more wing. I still feel fast enough in a straight line. Maybe we can add just a little bit more wing, try to get faster in the corners. There's understeering a little bit now, so... I don't think I want to change the balance of the car too much. Yeah, more front wing. I'm getting pretty high on the rear bar. We're about half tank, and I only add more rear bar as we go. So I might try to add just a little more downforce all around, and then if I'm still having some understeering problems, maybe take a little rear wing out. I don't know. Pocono is proving every bit as tricky as the advertisements say. We got Emerson Fittipaldi's up in the top 5 again now. Keep an eye on that gap. He's about 15 seconds behind me last lap. 4.1 seconds off of Pruitt. Catching Sullivan, so different strategies for sure. First gear coming out, I think that's the arrow push maybe. 4.5, so I'm losing time. I'm going to pass a couple cars, but losing time to Pruitt. Lapped cars ahead, I think. I was hopeful that one of those was Pruitt, but I don't think it is. Alright, 4.2. I pulled it in slightly. Up slightly there, it's Roberto Guerrero. Just I hope I can continue maybe to extend my stints and catch up to Pruitt that way. You know, on raw pace, I've said this before at races, you know, raw pace, I don't know if I've got anything for Andretti. Oh, Dobson. Swinging out wide there. I don't know if I've got anything. There's Bobby Rahal. So, once again, 5.5 seconds. Man, I might be able to get Pruitt here if we just do the right things through traffic, try to use my pit stops effectively. But Andretti, 22.9 seconds up the road, half a lap down at this point on him. John Jones here on the low side. Once again, I think I passed those two on the high side through turn 3 last time. Yikes. Yeah, there goes Emo a lap down. So Andretti's on a mission today to try to lap the whole field, and so far proving I might actually do that. Daly in front of me here should just be able to get him coming out turn 2 before turn 3, hopefully. I'm not as quick in a straight line as I was before, but pretty good through the corners now. I'm hesitant to add more wing because I'll be even slower in a straight line. But 6.3 off of Pruitt, man. Keep in mind, I am in 3rd, which is not bad. Just not going to win me the Triple Crown being in 3rd. Don't want to lose a lap. That would be not great, especially this early on. Even though we didn't get a caution for Brayton, we could easily get another caution. Two-time speed would be difficult. Fast enough, 200 miles per hour. All right, we get around Brayton. Got many lives, that one. I'm floating 23 seconds. I gained somewhat on the leader somehow. Back to 24. But I might be able to short pit towards the end of the race. You know, if it stays green the rest of the way, we can take a little less fuel in the final stint. And still getting over 20 gallons. We can do tires in the same amount of time. So, and we definitely need tires on every pit stop. You don't want a double stint set of tires. So we'll see how it all plays out, but I might be able to gain a little bit of time there as well. I don't know. Kind of look for time here and there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the car much quicker than this. I think adding wings might just slow me down because the car is cornering pretty well now. You're not going to be able to make a car go, you know, I can't make a car go flat out around here, so. And Mika's making things interesting. Allenser Jr. in front. He was quick at Michigan. He's won a couple races this season. He went on a little rally there in the middle of the season with Detroit. Aids out wide behind Didier Thays. That arrow push dove into the corner but wasn't able to make it stick. Get both of them on the low side. 7 seconds off of Pruitt. Ugh. Yeah, it's wild to think there's no races in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is very much, you know, IndyCar country. I went to Pocono every year but one when they returned, and you can tell everybody there knows a lot about IndyCar. It was not when Indy last came to New Hampshire in 2011. I was there, and that was absolutely a NASCAR crowd with a sprinkling of IndyCar fans, you know, watching the race. Which is fine, but you know, you can tell it's all NASCAR shirts and hats and people that are just there because they like racing. When we went to Pocono, they were IndyCar fans. They all had IndyCar everything. Sad about it. Almost went flat out through turn 3 that time, so the extra downforce on light fuel is definitely helping. 7 seconds back. Let's see if I can reel him in a little bit. Scared about turn 1. Probably being a little easier than I need to be through turn 1, but just that extra assurance that the car's not going to swap ends on me. Watch it in slow motion. That'd be a long, probably be over 3 hours by the end of it. All right, Michael Andretti's in the pits. We're going to probably lead a couple laps. Maybe he just finished his pit stop. That seemed really quick unless I noticed it late. Might be able to see him coming out of the pits here, which is never good. I got around Andretti, but just, even in a pit stop, he's almost staying ahead of me. One of the reasons why racing here is so good for strategy races is you can pit and come out and not lose a lap. And if you're reasonably close to the leader, you can keep your lap. And it's a shame that the races these days have so many built-in brakes that you can't really take advantage of that. All right, Pruitt in the pits. We got 6 gallons, so we should be able to do 5 laps. 5 laps at lighter fuel. Gotta put down the best laps I can here. Hopefully in this part of the race we'll be pulling away from Andretti. We got 10.9 seconds on him right now. That'll just gain me time overall. Pretty good laps and race pace. It's good. Pretty clear track right now. I got 2 cars coming up. The lights on. Gained almost 3 seconds that lap. Oh, this might be the way. But remember, I'll be slower too coming out of the pits, so it gets you on the other side as well. And I'm terrible at the start of the stints. I think that's my worst part. Unser here. Steve Saline. Both of them on the outside. Unser Jr. Yeah, I don't blame a casual race fan from not, seeing the strategy in it. It's definitely a you got to be pretty in tune with the sport to appreciate that. But man, it's so good. Strategy races. And I think that's what Formula One has done well for a long time now. Up to 14.1. Formula One is all about strategy, and the way they present it in the broadcasts is so good. And I wish we could do that a little bit better. They did a good job, a pretty good job this year at the Indy 500, I thought. Indy 500 is a lot about strategy, so you got to make sure folks know this stuff. 2.78. Saw a comment, GTC 60s mod. Yeah, Baza sent me that a while back, and it's definitely been on my list to look at, and it's really good. Definitely endorse the work he's done to pull cars together and make some new stuff too. Haven't exactly put together a video yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if something pops up at some point on the channel featuring a car or two from there. Maybe do some racing in it as well. I come across the line, hit next time by, hold it out to 15.2 seconds so far. Got Bernard Jourdain in front of me. Take the low side, I'll swing around the high side. One with refueling was cool. It is pretty dangerous with how fast their pit stops are. I mean, I know that would slow down the pit stops, but even still, they were so fast, and we saw some bad things happen there. So I lose a little bit of time here, but we got to come in the pits, so I can't swing around the outside of these two. We'll finish our second stint. So end of the stint was pretty good there. I like that idea. I'm going to keep the wings the same. Ooh, I almost went long. Yeah, the Bizzarini is nice. Get the car full of fuel. Reduce that rear bar a little bit. I gotta do the beginning of the stint better. Speed in the pits, that would ruin everything. See, next time I come around, so I was like 24 seconds behind Andretti before he pit, and I bet I pulled it in a bit, and it's just going to be about not losing it here at the beginning of the stint. Move out of the pit lane, straight into understeer city. I got around Pruitt. Right, he's going to be quick behind me because he's got warm tires and a little less fuel. But yeah, if it stays green the rest of the way, I can keep doing this, and not only could short pit at the end, but we'll see how much I lose here for the first few laps. Try whatever kind of strategy I can, work through the inside here. I'm 20, so I gained like 4 seconds, which is not going to be enough to catch Andretti, but it was enough to get around Scott Pruitt, so just keep on it. Never know what's going to happen here. No sign of Pruitt either. I was expecting him to be right on me in my mirrors. Chicken with the wall there. Yeah, I think, if things keep playing the way they are, I think I can definitely get second. It's Andretti who's issue. Pruitt's not far behind me. and might expect to see him soon in the mirrors, but we do that a couple more times. You know, he was like, what, 8 seconds in front of me before the pit stop or something. 6 seconds, so gained a lot of time on him. Let's just hope Andretti's pushing his car so hard that it doesn't make it. This to the wall. We got a whole group of lapped cars in front, so try to be efficient with them. Around Ari here, slot maybe in between him and Ray Hall for the short shoot. Oh my god. Ray Hall got caught behind Bekas here. Look at both of them coming into turn 3. Yikes. Slam on the brakes. Thank God you can't lock up brakes in IndyCar 2. That was... broke out in sweat suddenly. I don't know what that is. Right in here. Use the low line. I'll take the high line. That'll wake you up. I was settling in a little bit. No rest at Pocono. Dobson here. Got the suspension pretty stiff, luckily, because you can... some setups that are fast, you can spin yourself out by, you know, making quick changes to the wheel. A lot of lap traffic here, though. I think Andretti might be in clear sailing. Doing over under there on old Eric Daly. A little more aggressive with the lap cars than Michigan, but you know, Andretti in the lead right now. Gotta think about the championship, because if I crashed out and he won, things would be really tight going into some tough races. I gotta try to keep the points gap. These high-speed ovals and the ovals in general are definitely my stronger tracks. I'm okay at some of the road courses, but I'm looking at where I'm good. Usually it's going to be on these tracks. Kevin Kogan here chasing Emo. I'm coming up to lap Emo, so it seems like he's not necessarily going to be one to worry about today. Man, Kogan's all over the place. That was confusing. So I passed Emo. He's showing his second position. What is going on? Is that not Emo? Could have been Al Sr., I guess. I thought I saw a blue helmet. No phone ringing here, but I am home alone today, so I'm crossing my fingers I don't have to attend to anything. Yeah, I guess I thought I saw a blue helmet, but I guess it was probably Unser. There's Emo in the pits. So we'll get firmly into second position. I think I've actually pulled a little bit on Pruitt. Probably stuck trying to get through some of that traffic. Right back to kind of where I was before the pit stops with Andretti. 24 seconds. We'll see. Kind of ebb and flow with the traffic. Get underneath Thays here. He doesn't really hold me up. lost in Pocono. That story about a man who ran across the track during a NASCAR race in the 80s, I think, on the back straightaway between turns 1 and 2. Ran across the track during the race. Terrible. Went to the woods and got lost. The woods surrounding Pocono, it's a forest. It's a big, big forest. Beautiful place. And he got lost in the woods, and so lost, and of course authorities and things are searching for him to arrest him, and he got so lost he ended up setting a fire so that the smoke would attract somebody. Oh man. Alright, Jourdain thing, making it interesting there. But he set a fire in the woods so that people could see the smoke and find him, because he couldn't find his way out. I think there, and we got Jeff Andretti in front. How do you get lost in the woods? Well, this is also the same person that decided to run across a live track during a race, so that's probably your answer. John Jones. 26 seconds off. I don't know what I could do to the car. I don't, if I take away wing, I'll kind of be back to where I was before now. Towards the end of the race, if the field thins out a little bit more, I'll have to look at how many cars have retired. But, if there's more open track, I might consider lowering the wings again. I can run, better lines and not get stuck up behind cars. I think I'm quicker overall now that I added some wing, but if I add more wing, I think that, more wing slower on the straightaways doesn't just equal speed. It's losing time lap after lap with Andretti. It's not going to be too long until he shows up behind me. Short shoot. Coming in, getting towards halfway, so further I can extend this, the better. I don't want to go into saving mode or anything, because I'll definitely just lose a lap at that point, but definitely am in a position to short pit at the end, and I think I'm gaining a little bit of time through the whole pit stop sequence from the time Andretti pits to the time I come out. This first part of the stint's pretty brutal, and I'm about as far back as I've ever been from him. I have to hope for a little bit of that Andretti luck today. I've gotten lucky in 2 of the 3 so far, so I don't know. feels pretty good right now, though. Half tank, already in the pits there. 1.5-second laps, not too bad. High into turn one, we got these 3 lapped cars in front. Be able to pass at least a couple of them on the straightaway here. Yves Saleen, Ludwig Heimrath. Them two slot in behind this one. This is good, not losing any time. We got here Pancho Carter. I don't think on my strategy right now, I don't want a yellow flag here. If I got a yellow flag at the start of a stint, I don't know. I guess I want a yellow flag. Yeah, that's a good point. So if Michael Andretti pits and I take the lead, that's when I want a yellow flag. Oh, terrible entry into 3. So yeah, that could be one way things work out really nicely. And by me extending more and more each stint, you know, I'm just opening up a chance for something like that. But I think we're losing some cars. Oh man, got Brayton's out now. Look at the rap sheet here. Ari Leyendyk, Raul Boisel, Rick Mears. Yeah, Boisel had an issue. He was so slow. I gotta find Michael if I have a chance to dump him. I'm not saying I'd crash him, but that would make it very difficult for him to get around me. It's hard at 220 miles an hour to crash another car without crashing yourself. Closing up on Ray Hall again here. Really not wide, trying to get around Dobson. Need to be careful also of that turn 4 hitting around Dobson. And Jourdain as we come down to turn 1, 3 wide. Arrow. Oh, car crashed. Car crashed. Is that going to take out a yellow? I think I would pit if there was. Come on. How is there not a yellow for that? Oh, that would have been exactly what I need. Not exactly, but it would help. How is there not a yellow for that? There was a yellow for that dinky Emerson Fittipaldi accident before. Oh my god. Well, the racing gods have been kind to me for 2 500-mile races. It doesn't feel like they want to help me out today. I know, it's almost I did the arcade damage at the beginning of the season so that, you know, I'd have more of a chance of doing these full races, and it seems like the arcade damage is actually what's preventing me from winning and having a chance at it. Yeah, I already got my yellow for the race. Well, got exciting for a second, but yeah, I think I would have pit there, and then we would have to go into like a saving scenario where we try to do one less stop. We were only a few laps from halfway. We would only have to save a few laps of fuel. Now, the game, so how the game works, I've played this so much. The game will only throw a yellow in 2 conditions. One, if there's debris, which is what happened with Emerson Fittipaldi, because when he crashed, his car got damaged. There was debris. Even though it doesn't actually do anything, there's no debris that you could hit and damage your car or anything, but the game simulates debris, and if there's debris, it'll throw a caution. So likely with the Brayton and whoever that was, I think it was Guerrero or Barbaza, with their incidents, they didn't hit the wall hard enough because I have arcade damage on to actually make debris damage the cars. That's condition one. The second one is if the track is blocked or, there's a car stopped in the racing line. And so for both Brayton and Barbaza, they're actually outside the racing line, so you're not going to get a caution for it. So, yeah, unfortunately, just with the arcade damage, the cars, unless they hit the wall hard, are not going to damage themselves and therefore not cause debris and not cause a caution. .32 seconds. I slowed down a lot there. I thought he might slide down the track, so I lost time on Andretti. Probably on the same straightaway as me behind, and we've got a weird thing happening here. John Jones and Sullivan wrap around the outside of him. 101 laps to go. We're just halfway. There's so much racing to go. So many things could happen. Andretti could crash. Blow up. You could have a mechanical. Oop, Andretti's in the pits. All right. I don't know if I'm actually going to come out ahead of him. We've got Emerson Fittipaldi on my right here, just as quick as I am. All right. Got him now. I think I'm quick in the slipstream with him, but not really able to get past him once we actually get to him. There's Andretti coming out of the pits. All right, I'll come out in front of him, or he'll come out behind me. And I should be faster at this stage, but only for 7 laps or so. Halfway through the race. I am leading. It's on strategy, but yeah, actually, he pit a little early, too. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even want to think about that scenario. See him in my mirror there. I need to shake the draft. I don't want to pull him along with me. I'm up on AJ Foyt here. There's a lot of cars out of the race, though. It's going to be a pretty quick end of the race, I think. Be unlikely to get another yellow, I would imagine. There, you won't like that. Pruitt's in the pits. Yeah, Pruitt falling back a bit. Another thing to keep in mind too with the AI, and we saw this right at the start of this race. They'll be quicker in some stints than others. It's not like they have a set speed the whole race. So there's a chance, I don't know, that Andretti is just slow. I think I just lapped Pruitt. Andretti could just have a slow stint. Maybe have a bad set of tires or made a bad adjustment or something. Long way to go. Long way to go here. Concentrate on putting in best laps I can, staying clean. And some close calls already. Weird entry into turn 3. Seconds on Andretti. The light. Outside. Randy Lewis there. Didn't lose too much time. Yeah, you've all gone into your own direction today with the comments. 8.2 seconds, so I'm actually a bit further ahead this time than I was last time, but I was 32 seconds off of him, so come back out probably be 26, 28 seconds behind. I think I'm going to make any changes to the car. Laps to go. I'm gonna come quick to the end. We've just got 3 stints remaining after this. 10 seconds. On. I think he's gonna. I was just thinking he might have to pit an extra time. It's silly. That's not a smart. He could just back off a little bit. Dream's not dead. Do the work. Yeah, I think I have to pit this coming by. Dive it into the corner. The car is awesome on light fuel. 10 seconds back. Into the pits. Unser here. Oh, I always catch a car right into turn 3 on the lap before I pit. Lose me a second or so. Right, try not to speed on the entry or spin the car out or anything. And a first gear. Alright. Michael Andretti back in the lead. Out at the speed. A bunch of stricken cars here in the pit lane. Just looking at the still 24 cars in the race. Andretti's back in the lead. Should easily come out here in front of Pruitt, but will Emerson be in front? There goes Emerson. Going to be right behind Emerson. He's not. I don't think he's going to be a factor, but we'll see. Ooh, right in front of Teo Fabi too. Fabi, she's squeezing on the high side. Fabi's gonna get by me. He showed me a wheel there. I don't blame him. That was a little aggressive for me. Alright, let's see if I can tag on the slipstream of these two. They're gonna be a little bit faster here for a lap or two until I get the car running nicely. Gotta be a little bit more aggressive on the bars here. Gosh, understeering a lot. Old tires. Across the line, see the damage. 26 seconds. I pulled in so much on him. Oh, the car got a little wobbly coming into the first turn. Actually, gain on Emo here. This might be Al Sr. actually. Right, that is Al Sr. I got out ahead of Emo. Alright, making it interesting, crowding me a bit. He's the experienced one. Very dark in here. Just gotta try not to lose so much here through the first part of the stint. I almost gained 10 seconds that time on Andretti through the whole pit stop process. But a one trick gonna be that short pit towards the end, and I gotta figure out how much fuel I'll actually need. I'll have to see how many laps will be left. If anybody wants to get me a fuel number per lap, it'd be helpful. I think it's around 1.10 or 115, 1.15. On the inside where he's gonna fade up. Bobby in the top 5 with the Porsche, even though he's a lap down. He hasn't had too many good runs this season. the real race, you know, a lot of the races back in the 80s and 90s only would have 1 or 2 cars on the lead lap at the end, so it's not super unrealistic. This race actually, though, I think it had 5 or 6 different leaders, you know, more than just a lap, too. Definitely at least 4 of them, Danny Sullivan, Michael Andretti, all swapping the lead at various points. It was a pretty good race. Recommend if you want to watch an old one. An exciting one. Got around Fabi. A bit better that time. .16, 1.13, yeah, that's what I thought it was, 1.1 something. We'll have to do some math. We need 12 gallons, I guess, then do 10 laps. Yeah, we'll always take a couple assurance gallons as well, but you know, if I can only fill, you see when I take the pit stops, I was really close to Derek Daly. You see when I take the pit stop, you know, it's, I'm sat on pit lane after they put the tires on for, you know, 10 seconds or something, just waiting for fuel. So if I can get as close to only having to put 20 gallons in, which is how much time it takes to do tires, if I can get as close to 20 gallons as possible, then we're going to gain, you know, potentially 20 seconds, which if we're looking right now, 28 seconds, you know, that would get me a lot closer to Andretti. If he has to pit an extra time or something, it'd be more than enough to keep the lead, even though he's quicker. But this is not dead. Just going to put in the work here to get to the end of the race. Yeah, I'm actually not losing as much time right now. It's nice to see how this works. He might just be in traffic. Nice slipstream here down the front straightaway. Pretty wide. We'll just swing to the low side. Saline and Rahal. Dobbs in here in front. Actually come around the high side of him. Slicing and dicing through the traffic. One of my most fun things to do in this sim. Love on high-speed ovals trying to work through the traffic. It's a lot of fun. I lost a second that lap to Andretti. Gotta stay on the lead lap. That's the big one. Seconds. Only about 10 seconds behind me at this point. It's going to be hard to stay in the lead lap. He's so quick today. Really aggressive there with the line all the way down to the grass. Like Andretti might have been caught behind traffic for the first few laps there. Tense. I think I'll use 1.2 for my calculation for fuel. 1 or 2 gallons more won't make a big difference, and it's better than being 1 or 2 gallons short. Around Heimrath there, we got Hogan just taking the middle line. We get boxed in here, going up to the short chute. That's Emo. Held up quite a bit here. Get both of them on the front straightaway, maybe. A lot of understeer through turn 3. Back a little bit more of that lap. Thanks, another. Yeah, this has been a really fun one. Wanted to do a full IndyCar championship for a long time, and I think it's going quite well so far. Got Jourdain here. Holds me up just a little bit. Yeah, I'm not letting Michael by without a fight, that's for sure. He does get up to me. We'll see. Trying to get into the lighter. It's just gonna keep. I think it's just gonna keep compounding on itself. For some reason, he's getting a lot worse mileage than I am, and so he's gonna have to keep hitting earlier and earlier compared to me. And that means I should be quicker for more of the stint. I think. I'm thinking about that right. I guess here he's gonna take a little line. I'll swing on the outside. 34 seconds. Might see him on this stint though. Got 80 laps to go, so we're gonna pit around, well, as far as we can, but probably around lap 59 to go, and then push that as far as we can. I think we might be able to get into the 20s to go with the final pit stop. 12 gallons to do 10 laps, 24 gallons to do 20 laps. We have a real chance of only having to put like 30 gallons in car, which will save us like 10 seconds on the pit lane. I don't know. I don't want to start thinking I could win too soon. I gotta do the work first. Depends. It's gonna depend on Michael's hitting. I think he's gotta make an extra pit stop. That's gonna be tough for him to recover from, especially if I'm going as long as I am in the stints. It's 40-gallon fuel cell in the cars. Yeah, there could always be another yellow. Got really unlucky and seen 2 accidents. Cars spun out that haven't caused yellows, and then the first yellow was kind of just a wall tap from somebody. Weird how that works sometimes. Yeah, the sooner he pits, the better for me. For sure, because he's getting close to me. He's on lighter fuel, though, so our pace might not be too bad right now. He was definitely way quicker at the start of the race, but that changes throughout. But since he's pitting earlier, right now is his best part of the stint. You know, and I'm still half tank, so I'm not quite as quick. Fabi's doing really well today, too. 6 seconds, so he's just 5 or so seconds behind me at this point. You can see me, for sure. 75 to go. It's no good. Oh. I get damage from that. I think I got away with it. I got squeezed out there. Ugh. Is this Guerrero in front of me or Barbaza? One of them. Lucky I didn't get damage from that. Be raising my fist at him for that. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to think I probably should have waited and gone under him in the exit of the corner. Oh, it's 39 seconds now. You know, you can pass on the high side, but only like this where... There we go. Yeah, I got squeezed into the wall, but I lucked out. No damage. All right. I can see him. There he is in the mirrors. That white dot. He should have to pit like any lap, I would imagine. Maybe not. Stream there. I think that's Scott Pruitt. He squeezes me down. I think I just put a lap on Scott Pruitt, which is crazy to think because he was so fast in the second stint. Behind Heimrath here. Here comes Andretti. Gonna go to the low side as well on him. Oh, car got really light coming into the first turn. I really threw it in there. Box him in behind Derek Daly. There we go. We got around the high side of him. This is gonna be really hard to hold off Michael. He's so fast. Corner away from him that time. Went to a bunch of lapped cars. These could actually help me because if I can get around them and then either use them to my advantage or just might have a little more trouble depending on how it works out, would be a good thing. But Bernard Jourdain here. We're gonna split him. Oh, Andretti's so fast in a straight line. Well, there we go. He's lapped the whole field. The madman. I'm not... Right, we didn't want that to happen, but... Oh, here goes. He gets held up. He's going to get boxed in. Haha, Jan Bikas, thank you. AJ Foyt, my best friend. Oh, we're like 4 wide or something. There's Andretti on the high side. Threw it into the corner so hard, but he was able to stick it around the high side. I couldn't go high there. All boxed in. All right, so we'll have to see what lap he pits on here. I mean, I'm not going to get back into the lead though right now to see how well I can catch him throughout the part of the stint where I stay out. He's just got a good car today. I've been way faster at some races, and it keeps it interesting. I would, you know, it's not looking good right now, but still a little hope, depending on how the ends of these stints work out. And if he has to pit an extra time, never know. So 68 to go. So if he makes it to like 66 then he should be good on fuel to do 2 more stops, but we'll have to see. Yeah, he's got the dominant car today for sure. Weird entry into turn 2. He pits like this time by, then there he goes. He's in the pits. Oh, that's going to be really weird. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end, but no matter. We'll just focus on getting some good laps in. I'm not gonna get the lead this stint because I don't think I can get around a whole lap with him in the pits. We'll have to see. A slipstream of Bobby Rahal now, but yeah, Andretti's done his pit stop. Rahal just squeezing me through the short chute. See how far back I am. I should reel him in a little bit here through the end of the stint, but I don't think I'm going to get close enough to pass. 18 seconds off, and he gained a ton of time in that last stint. Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to have to make an extra stop. I mean, he pit with... Yeah, I guess I have an extra lap, so... Because he lapped me, so... Yeah, he's probably going to be fine on stops. You know, I do have my short pit. Well, I'm only 4.5 seconds back. I can catch him right here. This might be what we get at the very end of the race. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, Andretti's too quick today. Way too quick. There he is. I think that's him in front of me. 5 more laps of fuel. Oh man, I might have to get a moderator for you guys. Taking me out of it a bit. Alright, Teo Fabi coming out of the pits there. .6 seconds back. It would be nice to pass him. .2. I think I might be able to get him here. I got 4 laps of fuel. Thay is in front. Low side into turn 3. There's Andretti. Should be able to get by him, but only going to be for a lap or so until I got to dive in the pits. We'll still both have to make... I gotta make 2 stops. He only has to do 1, so that's the difference there. My last stop will be quick, but you know, I think I'm in a position where I should be able to end the race on the lead lap, but I'm probably gonna be about a half lap down. Ramrath here. I wish I had this car the whole race. It would be... We'll lead a couple laps. We'll show them we were here today. May not get the Triple Crown, but we're here for the championship for sure. God. Never like going in on the low side. And see, sweep underneath. That's what I should have done. The Barbaza there. Guerrero, whoever it was, 20 laps ago. We'll do one more lap before pitting. Got to keep up this pace. I wish I could stay out here all day with low fuel. We will have lower fuel at the end. I don't know. I'm not saying it's over yet. There's a lot of racing to go still. You can't really bump in at 230 miles an hour. Hard thing to do. There's Danny Sullivan in front. Sullivan not going to do what he did in real life. And Andretti's only 2.4 seconds back, so we'll come out, I think, on the lead lap, but just once we turn 3, then turn it up for the pits. Push it to the max. Get in the pits. All right, Andretti takes the lead. We're just waiting now for the fuel. So as much of this time as I can cut out, that's just going to get me some track position towards the end. It's not going to be enough, I don't think, unless something changes here. But cross line, 59 laps to go. So we're going to have to do a little math on this stint to try to figure out how much I can reduce the fuel by in the next pit stop. Another thought too, and obviously too late for it now, but we could have taken a little less fuel on this stint and the next stint to just mitigate this terrible part of the stint where I'm super slow. We'll take all of the advantage I can on the final stint. See what it does for me. I don't know. Patrick Carter looking in the mirrors. 58 to go. 34 seconds off, so he's behind me again. They have another chance to fend off Michael and try not to crash each other. I could lower the boost, but I'm already so slow. It's just that would just lose me some time. I think really you would just lower the boost if I was trying to save some fuel, But we didn't. That yellow flag wasn't at a good spot to try to make up a pit stop. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Maybe underfilling in this stint as well, just because this first 10 gallons of fuel is misery to try to get through. Balancer Jr. in front here is going to hold me up a bit. Swing around him the outside of turn 3. Quick. Right now. I'm slow, really. I mean, there would be no way to make it, unless I was on, maybe boost 1, make it to the end of the race from here. And so lowering the boost is just going to lose me time at this point. You might be able to save a little fuel and then fill it even less, but I don't think it would. It'd be hard to calculate what the difference would be. That's where having a team of engineers who can run all those calculations and know how much time you lose per lap at each boost setting versus how much fuel it saves you, and have a nice algorithm which tells me exactly what to do. We could certainly optimize more. Yeah, so we'll use 1.2 as the calculation, which will give us a little more fuel than we need, but we'll be safe Jeff Andretti. It'll be on the safe side so I won't run out or have to save at the end. And I'll have to figure it out. So if it's 20 laps to go that I can pit, we would need 24 gallons of fuel. It's 25 laps to go. We would need 30 gallons. I'm thinking that's probably where we're going to be. 25 laps to go. 30. They're on the outside of Carter. Yeah, so I think I'll be able to pit with about 25 laps to go and take 30 gallons, which will save, that's going to save 5-6 seconds on the pits, maybe even more. Obviously, I'm 38 seconds behind, so something else will have to happen for me to win, but I should finish on the lead lap, which with how quick Michael Andretti is today is impressive. And then I can only hope that something happens to him here at the end. Try my best to hold him off. Yeah, this game does have yellows. We had one at the beginning of the race. And Emerson Fittipaldi hit the wall pretty hard out of turn 1. Here in front, gonna hold me up a little bit on the outside of him. My car is quick. I mean, I got the second quickest car in the race, so all in all, things are going really well today. It just so happened that Michael Andretti is a little bit quicker today. There's Andretti in the mirrors. Yelling outside my window. Alright, come to the low side of Guerrero, maybe. Got Andretti in the mirrors. I don't know if you can hear behind me, but there's just a kid yelling. The joys of living in the city. Alright, trying to hold up Andretti best I can here. Oh, no. I'm gonna get around just outside of me, it just blows by. It's tough to tell when they're actually next to you or behind you. It's kind of my bad. Got a tow with him, but he's just gonna pull away, I think. Just got a better car today, man. Yeah, Andretti is indeed trying to spoil the triple, but what he's trying to do is win the championship, and it's not going to be, if I finish second, not going to be too bad of a loss for me today, points-wise, just, 4 or 5 points, depending. But the Triple Crown's so close, it's one car. Sullivan coming up behind me too. Quick, he must be on light fuel. Yeah, the wing adjustment was a good idea, overall. But, it's probably a little more dialing in the suspension, or a lot of ways to make these cars quicker. By no means an engineer expert. Yeah, will Michael finish the race? That's always the question. Sullivan coming on the low side, make things interesting there. That's so uncomfortable. Hope for the Andretti luck to make a visit today. It's getting late in the race. Yeah, you might be running a little more boost than me. Bunch of cars here spread out. High side of Jourdain. Our Jourdain. Emrath on the outside. Whew. And then here in the back of Ray Hall. The draft with him right on the rear wing. The cool stuff. Right. Always worried they're gonna move up into my lane because that can happen. And the high side is a little scary. All right, Sullivan pits, thankfully. He's on a weird strategy. He's going to have to pit again before the end. We just have one more pit stop to be able to run pretty deep. Hopefully getting to lap 25 to go. That'll give me a short pit, be able to take 30 gallons with these two red cars. Guerrero and Barbaza. I think that might have been Pruitt, actually. Pruitt's 2 laps down, so man, Andretti in a league of his own today. Michael Andretti. Four to go. This is the part of the race that feels like it takes a long time. Very end. Guess we're about over 2 hours in, and the first 2 hours feels like, I don't know, 45 minutes, and then the last hour or so feels another 2 hours. Yeah, and this season, the Detroit City track isn't out yet, but it is being worked on for IndyCar 2 in pretty final stages, I think. It wasn't out yet, so I did race Belle Isle in this championship, which I like that track. I mean, as far as street tracks go, it's an interesting layout. Challenging. That was a hard race. So, what's going to happen here is somewhat what happened last stint, but harder, where Andretti's going to pit. I'll get my lap back, and then he'll come out of the pits, and I'll be like 25 seconds behind him and catching him. But unlike last time, I think it's going to be even harder to catch him this time. Sullivan there. So quick on full fuel, are you? We're definitely doing the mechanical failure dance for Andretti right now. Just in case it does happen, it goes without saying, I can do nothing to control whether or not he gets a mechanical failure. So if he gets one, which I hope he does, that would make things exciting. But, you know, there's nothing I could set up in the game, in the sim, to make that happen. The only thing you can do is make the driver more aggressive so that he's more likely to crash and things, but he's not. I think it's set up to be super aggressive. Up the wall there. the part of the stint where my car really comes alive. It feels good. It's just too late into the stint. 40 to go. Oh, that's bad. I did a double downshift there into turn 1. Caught it quick enough to not blow the engine, but I would not. If I get a failure now, we know why. Oh, that would be bad. Alright, gotta keep my head in the game. Yeah, it's IndyCar 2, it's very easy to blow your engine. Especially with, that's one reason I should do the sequential shifter next time. It's a little harder to double downshift with that in the paddles. Car right on me now. I think that's Pruitt. Why is he so quick? He's right at the end of his stint. Not really racing him anymore. Never good to be passed. Definitely has a quick car today, but he's a whole lap down from me. What did I get up to there? 15,000 RPM? You can do it for a split second, but if I did that even another time, it's going to blow the engine, and I might have reduced the longevity of it a bit, so hopefully I don't get a failure here. I was just doing a race yesterday in Grand Prix Legends and got 62 laps into Kyalami, just for fun, and blew the engine off my Maserati. Yep. Threw it back there, he got held up. Into the line. 37 to go, so I'd expect Andretti in about 3 laps. That'll seal the deal that he's going all the way. They don't put themselves in a position to have to make a 1-lap dash. They know better. So there would be an issue happening with his car if he did do that. Luckily, the AI are smart enough to save fuel for a lap or hit a lap earlier on or something to make it work. Saline drafting on Daly here. Down to the low side to get both of them. The other Andretti in front of me. I always thought this car looked like a early 90s Ferrari Formula 1 car with the black wings and the red. Yeah, should pit soon. I'm worried. I'm almost worried I'm not even going to get my lap back when he pits, just because of how fast he's been. Should be able to get the lap back at some stage, but I don't know. Finishing on the lead lap I don't think is even a solid deal at this point. We do have to fix our fuel for the pit stop. I'm going to do 30 and then we can add or remove a gallon depending on when exactly I do pit. And stretch here around and Jones in front. We'll adjust that again before the stop and just get it set somewhat correctly. That throws off the rhythm. Yeah, just hasn't turned out what we needed today. The car, I feel like the car's been pretty good. We got Scott Pruitt all over me again. The car's been good, it's just not good enough, you know? And sometimes you just can't do better. But I say this all the time. Oh, he's in the pits. If I did this race 5 more times, it would be completely different. You know, the way things were set up, I could have ran away with the whole race or I could have finished in 5th, 10th, who knows. Just different every time. Rick Mears' car didn't fail. Other things have looked differently. Yeah, there should have been more cautions, I know. Probably would have been out of the race if we had simulation damage on. Alright, we got 7 laps before pitting. I am on the lead lap, thankfully. Rocket around the outside of these two. There we go. Always feels good doing that. Come to the line. What do we got? 32 laps to go. Get another 6 or so. Great, I did the double shift there. Pruitt's pitting behind me. Michael's going to be right on the line with fuel. I'm 16 seconds off of him. We'll see how much of that I can pull in, which is important to try to stay on the lead lap. The more I pull in, the better chance I have to actually stay on the lead lap here. We got 30 laps to go. Right to the wall. I think I might have tapped it. We're good. I'm going to turn 3. Trying to do the best laps I can. 15.2 seconds. Fuel light is on. I might lose the lap in the pits. I don't know. I got the shorter pit though, so I might come out just ahead of him. We'll see. There goes Pruitt. The lap I have on him. Oh my god. Jourdain there. Almost ending my race. It's like he's a chicane today. Gallons of fuel left. Make sure I don't overdo this, run out of fuel. That would be terrible. I'm pulling very much on that lap. Across the line, 11.4 seconds. About 2 laps before I pit. Guerrero in front of me takes the high line. Yellow flag would be interesting, but I would be behind every car. And stuck in behind Heimrath there. Might be 3 wide. Not good. It's not, I'm running into a lot of traffic here right at the end of my run. One more lap. All right, I'm gonna look at how many laps I have to go. 26 off 25, so I think the 30 will be good. We'll be good with 30 to get to the end. Love that feeling going into the corner. It just sticks. Debris everywhere. All right, come turn 3, make our final pit stop. It's gonna be tight whether or not I actually come out in front of Andretti or not, but it's a shorter stop. I gotta remember that. What we've worked on. To go long, still a little slow coming into the box. All right, final pit stop. Just need that 30 gallons. 20. Oh, wish I could have done even less. There we go. Car down. Away we go. Much quicker stop that time. Would it be enough to stay? 32 seconds. Right to the speed limit. Come on. Gonna be close. He might lap me. Be slightly quicker than I have been on previous stints. There he is. Coming up behind me. Put me a lap down though, unfortunately. I wish it was a battle for the win. Walk it up to the wall. He's gonna pass me. Could have tried to, I don't know. Not into wrecking people. Could have done it. Michael gets around me, puts me a lap down, so I think I'm just gonna, we'll give it a couple laps to see what the pace is, but, and it should be faster, you know, in this stint than any stint before, but not gonna be enough probably to stay on the lead lap even, so Michael just crushing everybody today. Yeah, everybody have thoughts of clutch failures, fuel leaks, engine failures, piston cracking, anything. Yeah, I'm pushing. I would love to get my lap back. Just not give him the satisfaction. I'm definitely faster than I have been because he hasn't disappeared completely, but I don't know if I'm quicker than him yet. Wouldn't that be something? Pass him, get a yellow flag. Good old duel. There would be about 100 cars between us at that point, so we'll keep on him, keep him thinking about us, and pushing. Maybe he'll break something. Michael Andretti voodoo doll. A little bit in some traffic, maybe. I'm pretty close to his pace. I think he still is slightly faster, but that might change towards the end of the stint. He does get held up here. Some more rear bar next time through. Yeah, please don't hurt Michael Andretti himself, just his car. I'm gonna catch these two at a weird time, I think. Maybe just enough time to get through the short chute. Daily there. Real quick, I'm gonna turn 3. We're on the high side. Taking a little cooperation from Daly. Closing in on Michael a little bit here through the traffic. Gonna have some clear track. I got these two. It's a little squirrely coming into turn 1. Bernard Jourdain, slowest car this week. Slowest car award underneath Barbaza here. 19 laps to go, 18 laps to go since I'm a lap down, but staring at the back of Michael Andretti, who will have to... Oh! He just spun out and crashed. What? Come on, yellow flag, yellow flag. I don't think I'm going to get one, but all right, get the lap back. Maybe he's got damage. What was that? Oh my God. All right. Come on, I just have to hope he pits now. Maybe he's got a little bit of damage. Choking. Just running his own line. No cars even to pass. We'll see. Maybe he has a little damage. Maybe he'll pit. Maybe he'll pit, or maybe he'll be damaged and be slow. 43 seconds is a lot. What was the... What kind of magic are you all doing? That's crazy. I've never seen something like that. Man, this was realistic damage. Nobody would be left in the race. Jan Beekes there. Hold me up in the final corner. Yeah, he's going to be close on fuel. 41 seconds. Oh, and I'm gaining on him too. So, how many laps? It's 17 gallons of fuel. Come on. Yeah, it's... I mean, I'm going to have to gain like 2 seconds a lap right now to have any chance of it, but you know I'm going to try. Let's go. I'm going to try to do it. Great job. That was wild. Turn 2 is, or turn 1 there. The trickiest of the tricky. What do we got here? 16 laps to go. I'm like half a lap short of fuel. And we held station that lap. He might be fine. 41, he must be right. Oh, there he is in the mirrors. Just about to say, he's probably right behind me. No, he's going to try to pass me back. Just to keep things entertaining, I guess, for everybody. Well, I'm going to make it hard for him. Heimrath is first, at least. Yeah, I can go into super save at the end, depending on how this all shakes out. I'm going to keep on it right now. We got Dobson, car coming out of the pits there. Wasn't sure which way Dobson was going to go. Emerson Fittipaldi pitting. Yeah, we can throw the boost down to 5 or 6 or something right at the end if I need to. Andretti's right there behind me. I got a pretty quick car right now, so he's going to have a tough time. I mean, we should be on pretty similar equipment at this phase. Fuel-wise, I got slightly newer tires than he does, but I'm not sure that's going to matter too much. Yeah, he hit the wall, at least, but didn't take him out. That's the third car that I've seen spinning and not have a caution. Disappointing. I think I'm pulling away from him, actually, which is good. With this little group of cars in front, AJ Foyt. Thought about that for a second. Go to the low side and be a little easier. Past Saline as well. Got one of the Marlboro cars in front. I haven't seen Al Sr. in a while, although this might be him. Andretti gets caught up just a little bit there. It's Emma. Yeah, I think as long as I am good on fuel, which is gonna be close, but let's see. he'll finish the race first, so I can maybe back off on the last lap quite a bit. I just want to keep him behind me. Hey, I mean, for as unrealistic as that seems, did anybody else see Will Power qualify for the Indy 500 this year and hit the wall and keep going? I'd wager they got into the wall about the same amount, so. Really aggressive lines through the corners now. I don't want to let them lap me. 12 gallons, about 10 laps of fuel. Yeah, I could let him lap me and the fuel would definitely not be an issue, but I maybe should have taken 31 gallons. Here's Andretti right on me now. I'm afraid to move over because he might just drive by me. Play some zigzag here. Stay in front. Does he just kind of rocket around the outside? I don't think so. Chase him down to the bottom on the back straightaway. Short shoot. It's just pride at this point. I don't want to go down a lap. To go. Pretty close on fuel. Ball holds me up a little bit in front. Scoop under him. See him there in my left mirror. He's going to make a lunge into the short chute, but I'll close the door. Give him that aero wash. If I was him, and I'm not, I would just ride. 10 laps to go in a 500-mile race. You don't need to be a lap down. No, I don't think he needs to pit. I mean, that would be amazing, but I think he pit with about 33 laps to go, which is right on the money. Never know. Ask Kevin Kogan there. Yeah, I think I'm going to be on fumes, but I'll make it. Yeah, true. If I run out of fuel in the last lap, the next car is 2 laps behind me, so. 7 laps to go. Hey, if anything, this legitimizes my other 2 wins. It's not as easy to win these things as you might think. Be very, very patient, waiting behind Pancho Carter there. A lot of luck, too. Got really lucky at Indy and Michigan. If the faster cars have issues, then maybe you can get away with it. Not sure if there was a countback rule. I know in Indycar 2, I would still finish second, even if I didn't finish the last lap. Never know, maybe he'll crash again. Or maybe when he hit the wall there, it didn't immediately feel broken, but now it does. Who knows? 5 laps to go. Yeah, I have enough fuel. Gained a little bit of time on him, so assuming everything stays where it is, be able to finish on the lead lap. Not getting the win that I wanted, but finishing all 500 miles, always a good thing. See him in my mirror again, so maybe he heard me. Catch Danny Sullivan here. The lights on. With this, if it finishes like this, he's going to gain, what, 4 or 5 points. We'll have to see how the extra points were awarded, but, you know, mitigation and holding the lead. Right on me, though. Emrath here, very slow in the front straightaway. 3 laps to go. He's got 2 laps to go. Wouldn't it be amazing if he went in the pits right now? I don't even know if he did a splash and go. I don't think I would even get to him anyway. I'll stay on it. I'm gonna make it on fuel, don't worry. Michael Andretti's right there. He's going to get the white flag this time. Confusing for the spectators. Gosh, I wish this was the battle for the lead. That would be so exciting, but it doesn't look like Michael Andretti needs to pit or anything. I just got to hold him behind me here. Come on. For the short shoot, he's trying to hang it around the outside. Block him. Just pride on the line to finish on the lead lap. Into the final corner. The fade out wide. Whoa. I was going 3 wide with Thays. But he's going to come and win the race. I got to do one more lap. The Michael Andretti wins at Pocono. Not what I wanted to hear this morning. It was a little exciting though. The finish there. You know, I'm pretty satisfied with my performance overall. I think, you know, maybe if I started that first stint with the wings I have now, it could have been a little better, but it would have been hard to make that much of a performance gain to be on par with Michael. So I think he had a better car today, and despite running a very good race, he was still able to win it. Come across and finish second. Not going to win the Triple Crown, the final Triple Crown that there was. You know it's a game when Andretti wins a 500-mile race. Yeah. A little different than real life. A lot of fun though, man. I love racing around Pocono. I hope some of you that stuck with it the whole time see why this track is awesome for racing. It's a fun one. I recommend if you play some sims, get Pocono. Do some races at Pocono. It's a challenging track as far as ovals go. It's such high speed, every corner different, and keeps it interesting for a long race. You know, if I look at, I like Michigan. Michigan's a fine track, but 500 miles there is a little more dull than 500 miles here. Faster, and it's more risk taking and all that. But I prefer Pocono. Even say this sacrilegiously, I prefer Pocono racing to Indianapolis in sims. Maybe not in real life, but driving it's a lot more fun. Second place. I don't think I could have done much better, so satisfied with that. Disappointed I didn't get the win. Park it in the stall here. Ugh, man. Yeah, I guess I was the only one. Only one to finish all 3. Ascari, thank you. Congrats for the second, and thanks for the stream. Of course. My pleasure. I would be doing this anyway. That's the thing I've really enjoyed about YouTube, is I do this anyway. I just don't have 300, 250 people watching. So I really appreciate everybody for coming along with me. It's a lot of fun to have the chat and speculations and all that. I really, really appreciate it. Coming up on almost a year now since I kind of restarted doing YouTube, and it's been a great year. Alrighty, let's look at everything that happened in 500 miles. We'll take a look at the standings. Michael Andretti. It's not the name we wanted to see at the top today, but Michael Andretti gets the win. He led 171 laps. If that's not a dominant performance, I mean, there are races in history where, people have led. I think there's a few Indy races where the pole position or the guy that led the first lap led every lap in the race. So it's not quite as dominant as that. He didn't lap every car in the field. I got him there. But coming away as second. So I led 17 laps all in all, even though I got the pole. Oh, I got the point for pole. I didn't even think of that. So it'd actually be, we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Scott Pruitt comes away with third position. He's been strong on the ovals. He's not kind of been there on the road and street courses, but he was great at Indy. Almost won. Just a bad strategy. And, coming away with third. Oh, Harold, thank you so much. Well done. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I really wanted to say I won the Triple Crown. But I do think this legitimizes it a bit. These are not easy to win, so. And who knows? I don't know what my plans are for future seasons of Indy stuff, but we could always deviate from the real calendar and run our own seasons. Open to all kinds of ideas. But thank you, Harold. I really appreciate that. All right. So Emerson Fittipaldi, despite crashing at the start of the race and bringing out the yellow flag, the only yellow flag, he finished in fourth. He did lead 10 laps. I'm actually probably lucky he crashed too, because I bet he was pretty quick overall. Teo Fabi finishing in fifth. Danny Sullivan, the real winner of the race, finishing in sixth. Kevin Kogan, wow, it's a good run for Kogan. He started 28th too, up to seventh. Great run. Alancer Jr. in eighth. AJ Foyt with the top 10. That's great. Fabrizio Barbaza, which I think we saw him crash. It was either him or who else? Barrero, but he finished in 10th. Oh my gosh, all you people. Tyler, thank you. Been watching for years. Great stuff. Thanks. Been having a lot of fun with it lately. Thank you. Steve Saline, 11th. Is it John or Jeff? I think it's John. John Andretti in 12th. Bobby Ray Hall. Oh my God, Lord Haha. Like your name, first of all, but thank you. Oh God, enjoyed. Simple, straight to the point. I like that. But look at this. Bobby Ray Hall finishes in 13th and is 10 laps off. That's, and even the top 10, 8 laps behind. Yeah, it is a weird finishing order, but I think we had a lot of retirements. We'll get to those. So Didier Thays, 14th. Dominic Dobson in 15th. Derek Daly in 16th. Pancho Carter 17th. Roberto Guerrero 18th. John Jones in 19th. Ludwig Heimrath 183 laps complete. 17 laps down. That's pretty bad, man. Bernard Jourdain. It's not super unrealistic. It's just funny to see compared to these days where like every car finishes on the lead lap. Bernard Jourdain, and then we get to the retirement. So 21 cars out of the 30 finished. So almost a third of the field retired. And we'll get the sheet here. So Randy Lewis at 176 laps had an engine failure. We got a fuel pump from John Wood. Al Unser, wastegate. Always like seeing the failures. It's funny to see all the different ones that are in there. Oh, Flocala, thank you. $4.99. What is your picture? Appreciate that though. Picture. I'm not sure if it's real or something there. I appreciate that though. So Alan had a wastegate failure. Good stuff. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad folks are enjoying it. Scott Brayton, it's an engine failure. 25th. Oh my God, what are all you doing? Great indoors. Nice to see you. I appreciate that. And Skellingtor. Skellington season, so so. Skellingtor is a great name. Thank you. Ari Lindek gets a fuel pump failure. Al Boisel with an engine. He was super off the pace from the very start. Only made it to lap 54. Rick Mears suspension failure. That's a scary thing to have at a 2.5 mile high-speed oval. Mario Andretti with a header failure. One of the Newman Haas cars. We just couldn't have it for both of them. Guido Dacco only completing 23 laps with a header failure. 200 lap race, 207, so not as quick obviously as our Michigan race, but 207. I don't know, what was Juan Montoya's, what was it, 2015 at Pocono when he got the record? I was actually at that race. Amazing race. Or no, it wasn't 2015 because that was the bad year, right? 2014 maybe? Whatever the one Juan Montoya won, where he won the record. Oh my god, sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. Kurt, thank you, simply the best. Well, trying. Wasn't the best today. Michael Andretti got the best, but yeah, come away with second. So anyways, 12 lead changes, pretty competitive race, even though Michael stunk it up a bit. All right, round 11, just save that in case something bad happens. We'll take a look at the points. Right, yeah, 2015 was what was it, 2014 then, or 2016? One of the years, whatever Montoya won, because I remember that was a clean race, pretty much. A normal amount of incident. Good race though. All right, so we'll look at the point standings. I am still in the lead, 170 points now. 170 points now to Michael Andretti's 146. So he closed it up a couple points, but you know, coming into the final stretch of races here with a good lead, it's by no means, you know, the tied up, especially if Michael keeps doing well, which I expect him to do. 2014, yeah. And so still in the lead. Just have to try to keep our eye on Michael and get through some of these road races. I don't think, you know, through Road America, Mid-Ohio, it's gonna be tough. Nazareth I feel pretty good about, be able to do, although at Phoenix at the beginning of the season it was kind of like here where somebody just totally won by a large margin, but we'll see how it all plays out. Good races to come, and it's really just between Michael and I now. So 4 rounds remain in the season. Mid-Ohio is up next. Probably get to that in a couple weeks. I appreciate so much everybody watching, and hope it was fun. Completed all of the laps in all of the 500 milers, which is a good accomplishment, even though I didn't get the win here at Pocono. So gutted about that. I'll reflect on it a bit, but appreciate it so much. We'll be back soon with the rest of the season. Mid-Ohio, Road America, Nazareth, and Laguna Seca, and Entrada. It's all on the championship now. There's no other distractions. All about winning overall. So thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with videos and all that stuff. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.